Good morning, everyone. It's Jen from Tarot Spirit. Thank you so much for joining me today. The energy feels better. Felt better last week. What do you think? Whoops. I don't know. I don't know if it's Mercury retrograde or something, but it just felt better. So we got some extra cards. We have cards coming out, so I just decided to get going. I think I'm going to do categories again. I'm going to use 2 decks, and yeah, nice. 10 of Wands. I'm ready for that to be, the struggle to be over. And the World. Yeah, so things are wrapping up and moving on. So I'm using the Crystal Visions Tarot and the Shawdowscapes Tarot today. So let's see, let's mix it up a little. We'll do work here, we'll do home life, we'll do relationships, and a couple outcome cards over here to see what the next week has in store for us. Okay, so this card jumped out. Interesting, in the work category, the 10 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups. Huh. 6 of Cups has been coming up quite a bit lately, and I've noticed in other readers' readings, I've been seeing this card. So the 10 of Cups is showing, it's the happy family card. So I would say in the work position, there's more camaraderie and things are feeling better. The tension that has been going on for the last few weeks seems to have dissipated, and it's just feeling better at work. Now the 6 of Cups, excuse me, because I know this has come up, so I've been, you'll hear me describe it the same way because I tend to read the cards the same most of the time. So this card is it's sort of termed the nostalgia card, but I always have the caution of remembering that we don't always remember things the way they are, and we could remember them worse than they were or better than they were. But it is a card of reflection on the past, and it can be used in a very positive way. It can be used to sort of think back and sort of rediscover what brought you the simple joys in life. And I'm stealing this from another reader who said, try to look for ways to bring things that you did for enjoyment when you were younger, find an adult way of doing those, and bring that joy back into your life. So perhaps, tens can be endings. So maybe you're moving on from a job. This is just popping into my head. The grass is always greener, but no matter where you work, unless you work for yourself, and then even then, that comes with a whole other slew of headaches. The grass is always greener, and you have to deal with difficult people usually, no matter where you work. There's always that one person, right, that for some reason really rubs you the wrong way. The other thought of this card is to keep things simple. Keep it simple. Stop and smell the roses, and try not to make things too complicated. So I don't know if some of you out there are working on some big project, and this would caution you to just, don't try to make things more complicated than they have to. Try to keep them simple and moving along, and don't get too crazy with things. Okay, so I'm going to just move on. What did I say? Home life? 6 of Cups. And the 5 of Cups. Interesting. that was in reverse. Not that I don't really read reversals, but I just felt like making note of that today. So, Six of Cups. Keep it simple at home. Play with your kids. You know, it's summertime. My son had his last day of school yesterday, and we're into the summer season. Kind of remember that, how exciting it was to get out of school and have the whole summer. I mean, that was just the most incredible feeling in the world, and all the dreams and all the things you were going to do. But really the simple things, just being outside, catching lightning bugs, going swimming, hanging, just enjoying being outside. For those of you that it's not summer, you still know what I mean. So I'm drawn to the moon in this card. It looks like the girl's offering the cup to the woman. And there's a star. Very pretty. So yeah, this is, the child, remembering that children can be just as much teachers and have just as much to offer us as adults. And to really listen to them, because they can be surprisingly perceptive and have really great ideas. So the Five of Cups, on a very sort of my main mundane interpretation of this card, is that someone dumped you. But that's just, if someone was like, oh, I want to know about this relationship, I would be like, I think someone wants to break up. But, the real depth to this card is about pining for something, focusing and pining away on something that's lost, focusing on your hurt feelings, focusing basically on the negative aspects of things instead of what you do have and the emotional beauty in your life. So that matches really nice with the Six of Cups. I mean, if you think of them in order, the Five is, wallowing in sadness over what was lost, and the Six is remembering all the simple, beautiful things that you do have in your life. These cards are beautiful. I wish they were bigger. There's so much detail. So I think at home, I think it's very nice. Just really try to discipline your mind to focus on the beauty and the things that you do have. We have all cups on the table, I just realized. So this week is about emotions and how we feel. Maybe you can even, because the Six of the Cups is in the work position and in the home position, maybe your child or a younger person or something from your past is going to give you a good idea at work or motivate your work somehow. Okay, so love and relationships. Oh my God, I forgot that this deck has this unknown card. Oh my God, and I just love it. If I ever do a tarot deck, which I want to do, I'm just not an artist, so it's difficult to do a deck when you can't draw. It has this unknown card, and that's what it is. It's the unknown card. So there's something unknown in the relationship sector. I kind of read this card, and if it's about relationships, like you don't know that someone really has a thing for you, or you're not admitting, you don't realize you really have feelings for someone. And just to kind of expect something out of the ordinary. That's cool. Love it. All right, let's see what the other card is. Oh, and the Hanged Man. So I feel like a lot of you feel like sort of nothing's happening in the relationship department. You're just sort of suspended. If you're in a relationship, things are just sort of stagnant, and maybe you're trying to make a decision about something. Things are just sort of blah. Or this card is also about having a different perspective. So perhaps you're all of a sudden are seeing your relationship in a different way, which can be good or bad. And with the Unknown card next to it, I don't know which one that would be. And maybe you don't either at this point. Maybe there's something in your relationship you don't know about. And I hate to put a negative spin, but there could be something going on that you don't know about. So that's not my first gut when this card, thought when this card came out, but that's a possibility. Or you're waiting for a response from someone, a decision from someone. But I really love this card. I don't feel like it's sinister or negative. I feel like it's more exciting. Like, anything can happen. Which I think that's great. I'm a fire sign. I love change and new things. So I think, try to look at things from a different point of view. And that could go either way. If you've just been going along in a relationship and things have been fine, maybe, these Six of Cups, you can see things in a different way and sort of appreciate the simple parts of your relationship that bring you joy, and maybe see your relationship in a different way, and it can transform it into a new phase in your relationship that's better. Or perhaps you've been feeling like this in your relationship for a really long time, and it's time to move on. And move on, into the unknown. Whoops, I dropped the card, excuse me. I'm surprised I don't do that more often. I'm incredibly klutzy. So okay. It may feel better for some people that are not like fire signs that like change all the time. It may be more comfortable hanging here upside down than stepping into the unknown. And if you're single, this could also be the same thing. Even though you're just hanging about by yourself, this could apply to me, kind of nothing happening in your romantic life. It may feel better than stepping out into the unknown, especially when you've had, relationships in the past that haven't worked out. There's no way of knowing. There's literally no way of knowing how they're going to work out. And it's a leap of faith. So some of us are going to be stepping into the unknown. That can be really tough, scary, hard. But if we don't take a chance, who knows? Then you're going to be stuck here upside down forever. And then all the blood rushes to your head. No, just. So you gain a different perspective with this card, but if you just stay in this same tree forever, it's, there's only so much perspective you can gain without sort of making some kind of change and moving on. Excuse Excuse me. Okay, another cup card. Oh, we have ants. I cut some peonies in and brought them in. Sorry, yes, I'm killing ants. I know all creatures are great, but not in my house. Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups to me is different. Sometimes it can be read similar to the Five of Cups, sort of not paying attention to what you have. But in the Four of Cups, you know, the cups aren't even spilled and you're just kind of feeling blah about things. You're kind of bored. You're kind of, I'm surprised this card came up. I'm not surprised it's a cup card because we have 5 cups on the table. So if this is sort of an overall influence, and maybe that's why the double 6 of cups this week is to remind you to get out of this 4 of cups funk, to try to just appreciate the simple things in life. Like, I mean, look at her. Look at this beautiful place she's in. There's no reason to be sort of bored and you know, everything's not really, everything's okay, but, you know, some people get off on being in that honeymoon period, that passionate period, and they think if things are just sort of humming along. I mean, this can go back, though, to this card, just feeling stagnant. I feel like some of us really need to take a chance and go for it and just step into the unknown. You know, I'm thinking this is sort of like a Fool card. Okay, now I have a little green bug over here. I don't even know what it is. It's hopping on my keyboard. Okay, and then I had 3 cards from sorry, this may be a long reading. Queen of Swords, 3 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles. So this Queen of Wands, I'm pretty sure is coming out because of all the cup cards. And to balance that out, we need to call on the Queen of Swords within us to sort of cut away the emotions and bring some reality and some truth to the situation. And just sort of look at things objectively and sort of look at some facts. Okay, yes, maybe something didn't work out, but you have this beautiful child, or you have this great relationship, or you have this great job, or you have a new job, there's a new relationship on the horizon, you have great friends, you know, you're getting in shape, you know, I don't know, just count your wins, no matter how small. So she's kind of coming in to sort of snap us out of wallowing in our emotions. Because it's weird. We have good cards on the table, very good cards. Yet I'm feeling a little bit of we're not satisfied, excuse me, for some reason. And I think we're kind of, I don't know, I sort of feel like that's unwarranted and we're being a little bit childish, maybe? That everything's not going our way. And so if we kind of just, like the Queen of Swords, look at that, think about it that way, you know, we have the Hangman, and this is another perspective card. You know, she's way up here with her cat, gaining a higher perspective of things. And so when we put things into context, and in the context of everything, all the good things we do have, those things that aren't quite going our way, that for whatever reason we're letting overshadow the rest of our lives, you know, we all do that, right? Then things come into focus better, and we can realize things aren't so bad. I like how her cat's up there with her. And the 3 of Pentacles. Another 3. So 3s can also point to gathering together in groups. So maybe you have a Queen of Swords friend that can sort of, you can get together with, and they can point out all the great things about you, the factual great things about you. She doesn't have to be the ice queen, the cold person that some people think she is. She can be a really fair and helpful friend, because you can always count on her to tell you the truth, whether you want to hear it or not. And so when it's negative, it can be hard to take, but when it's positive, you completely trust her and value what she says, because you know she's not just, saying nice things to you. So the Three of Pentacles asks us to get to work. The Three of Wands is passion, like reassessing and figuring out if you're putting your passion in the right places. And the Three of Pentacles tells us it's time to get to work and start making things materialize. So I do feel another theme coming through for me is that I really do feel like the Six of Cups energy is very strong right now, not just in my readings, but in a lot of the readers on YouTube. Check them out. There are tons of great people out there. Simplicity, but I really think there's going to be something from our childhood, something from the past. Either someone from the past could be coming back. That's another option. Maybe someone we used to work with. But I feel like there's some key in our childhood or from a child or in a more child-related field that we're going to be able to apply somehow. And I kind of feel like it has to do with work. But I think it's going to benefit us, and I think that's why it's in both the work and the home category. It's going to spill over. These cups, these Six of Cups are going to spill over into many parts of our lives. And this idea of simplicity is going to help transform something. It's going to transform how we're looking at things and help bring about a different perspective, but also end stagnation. And there's a bit of unknown about this situation that we just can't see. There's something coming that we just don't see. So I guess I would say be open to it. Be open to those synchronicities, serendipities that sort of happen this coming week. Kind of look out for them. Like, who have you run into recently? Actually, I ran into a childhood friend on Thursday, and we're going to have dinner next week. Maybe that will, who knows, maybe that will bring something. She will bring something, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Those are the types of situations, though, that can point to the Six of Cups. So it's okay. Don't wallow in things kind of being stagnant. Things are going to change and pick up, and some really cool, unexpected things may happen. And I think they're positive things that are going to happen. And we're going to have the end to this Ten of Wands struggle. We've completed something with the world, and that's great. But, I think it's Oprah that says something like, once you accomplish one goal, people just always then have a new goal. Like, rarely are people, complete a goal and then are like, okay, I'm good, I'm done. I'm done. I never need to, work towards anything. It's cyclical. So the world is a cyclical card. And so something, with the Hanged Man, we're kind of, in the Four of Cups, we're sort of like, we're good, but there's this deep down sort of desire for something new, which is great. It's fine. Then we keep moving. Otherwise, we'd never move on. So let me know what this is. Thank you so much for watching. If you want a personal reading, you can go to my website, tarotspirit.net. I love doing personal readings. And I hope you have a really nice week. Bye.